Bill Clinton in the White House. Fucking hoes. Innocent kids getting shot on my block. Casket closed. Got niggas in the cell block screaming for freedom. Trying to cop a cigarette for stress because they need them. Bars. I think about that. And then I think about what's going on with Trump, right? Those Stormy Daniels, hush money. You feel me? We had a whole president in the White House getting ate up, ate off the bone, and people thought they were so cool. You feel me? That they started calling him the, you know, what they call white people that they cool. You feel me? Black president, Bill. You feel me? Smoked a little J, played the sax, got ate off the bone in the White House. You feel me? To the point where people just, look at one of his presidency as like the greatest. You feel me? And then you think about this, right? You feel me? I don't care that if Trump paid a bitch to don't tell everybody we did that, I mean, that shit don't have nothing to do with that. All that that's going on with him is political anyway, because Biden, he can, his administration is just, they're afraid that he's gonna lose because, even if it's not Trump, I mean JFK, whoever, right? But the other day here, a dude with mental issues got popped at school in the parking lot, right? He didn't have no weapon or nothing like that. And then I was thinking, like, damn, how many niggas done got smoked under Biden? And I realized that you're not gonna hear about it. It's not gonna be a BLM rally about it. You're not gonna take to the streets about it or nothing like that. But police shootings and killings haven't went away. They just haven't been promoted. The videos just haven't gone viral because we want you to vote for Biden again, and we're not going to get y'all in your feelings by making you think that police are killing niggas with no consequences. I mean, they do have qualified immunity, so they can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want to do. But this ain't no defund the police rant or no shit like that. My whole thing is that a lot of people that join the force shouldn't even be allowed on the force. You need better training, better education. A lot of these motherfuckers don't even know the law that they call themselves enforcing. Now, who fault is that? You feel me? I feel like this is done by design. You want somebody somebody young who's gonna follow orders blindly. That's why it's a such thing as that you can be too smart to be a police officer, because we want somebody that's just gonna do what we say when we say it and how we say it, who ain't gonna question it. You feel me? They don't have to know the law. They just have to put on the badge and feel like they put on some big boy pants and get out there and make things happen. And what they usually make happen is showing up to a situation and making it worse than what it was, worse than what it is. They escalate it. They don't know how to de-escalate because both of them don't have people skills. They don't know how to talk to people or nothing. You feel me? So you end up with a lot of people getting arrested for shit that they shouldn't have been arrested for in the first place. You end up with a lot of people getting hurt and a lot of people being killed because your officers don't have people skills and they don't know how to handle situations because most of them scary. The ones that aren't scary are the ones that aren't scary and pussy are the ones that are racist. You know what I mean? So either a racist or you're a pussy. So, the ones that aren't racist, then you got the ones that are pussies. And then, they, they got the ones that are out there that got something to prove. I got, you know what I mean? I'm not the guy that got a draw pulled in his ass in the 5th grade. I'm an officer now. You know. You see? But you got some good officers out there. Like I said, this ain't no defund the police type shit. Because when shit be going left, sometimes you need to run to the phone and call the law. You feel me? Shit. It just depends on who shows up. Sometimes the ones that show up, you feel me, make you be like, damn, maybe you should have handled that yourself. You feel me? Yeah. Because, trigger happy. Scary with a gun is not a good situation. You feel me? An irrational person with a gun, it's not a good situation. I don't care what they dressed in. You feel me? So I don't care what you dressed in. You feel me? It's really just a job. When people like blue lives matter, that's your job, bitch. You feel me? Shit. Without the uniform, I don't even know you're a police. You feel me? But that's it. It's the Blue Lives Matter crowd. You feel me? That's when people just be saying stupid shit because they want to argue back and forth about shit that you really shouldn't have to argue about, because a lot of shit, people know that a lot of shit just common sense. Alright? But like I said, this ain't no defund the police rant or talking no shit like that. It's just, common sense shit. And the fact that motherfuckers still out here getting blasted and shot down in the streets. You're just not gonna hear about it because they want you to vote for Biden again. Even though, his mentally he's going that way. I seen him the other night. He got a good writer. He was telling like some good jokes about Trump and shit. So he got a good writer. You feel me? But nobody respect him. You see that when it comes to Netanyahu. You feel me? Israel Prime Minister, he don't respect Biden. Biden was like, we're not gonna, you got to do this, and when it comes to what's going on over there, that man just looking at Biden like, shut the fuck up. We're gonna do what we want to do. You feel me? They don't respect him. Don't nobody respect Biden. Shit. Motherfuckers here better respect Biden. You feel me? So, we don't see him fall up the stairs, down the stairs, fall off bicycles. Every time you see him, he's throwing an old man temper tantrum or eating ice cream. You feel me? So, if you, damn. Three U.S. Marshals have been killed. A suspect barricaded himself inside a home. SWAT teams on the scene. A police sniper in the bedroom of a neighboring home. Crazy shit. See, crazy shit happening. See, like I said, this ain't no defund the police ran no shit like that. Because crazy shit be happening. But like I was saying, if you could go on by the Prime Minister of Israel, he don't respect Biden at all. Nobody respects Biden as a president because look at the country. Look at this shit. You feel me? We falling apart here. Falling apart here. We got a lamed up president. Tonight, Secretary of State Antony Blinken calling the proposal from Israel extraordinarily generous. Shit crazy. So will Hamas accept? And of course they're gonna say it's extraordinarily generous because shit, we send so much money over there. Shit, we down there funding this shit. But anyway. But yeah, when you think about that, right? Damn. Cloud season. But anyway, but yeah, they want you to vote for Biden again. So, they're not gonna tell you the truth about nothing. You feel me? But yeah, better training for law enforcement officers. Shit like that. And you think about this, right? Think about this. Damn, you get your wife? You get your wife? Probably did. They ain't gonna get that OJ treatment though. And then, I'm glad. That OJ treatment. Because you think about OJ, no matter what you think about OJ, it's a whole serial killer that said he killed Nicole, right? Whole serial killer say he killed Nicole, and we just ignored that for 25 years or so. You feel me? Because that OJ shit happened, I think I was in like the 6th or 7th grade. You feel me? So, shit crazy that I'm just finding out recently that a whole man say he killed Nicole and people ignored it. And then you get into the details of how they were killed and you realize, man, look here. But it's easy for people to bash OJ because he's a black dude. And you feel me? When it comes to black people, you feel me? People look at you as a monster. You feel me? No matter if you're innocent or not, you feel me? You a monster. Shit. But I was damn. Shit the fuck going on with this shit. But yeah, when you're a black dude, you a monster. You feel me? But yeah.